Welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, I am Johanna Burkhardt. I am the Soul Shaman, and we are continuing with the series on the universal laws. This law is it's the one that helps us manifest the fastest. It helps us step into the energy of flow. And so I would like to say before we get into this, please like, share, and subscribe. Allow other people to know all the juicy details on how to accelerate their manifestation process and how to call in all their desires. So let's jump into the law of allowing today. And the law of allowing states that we are to allow things to move without resistance, to allow them to evolve and to grow naturally without control. This is where we get in our own way, folks. This is the universal current. This is flow. We are, as humans, conditioned to believe that we have to work hard, that we have to control how things happen, that we have to make it happen. But when we control, we get in our own way. And I want to remind you how the universe works, how Earth works. We don't control how the moon changes phases. We don't control the sun rising and setting. We don't control how fast the seeds grow. We don't control how our weather patterns nourish our rainforests, how the trees shed their leaves and allow for rebirthing to naturally happen. There is no control. It just happens. The universal flow of energy just allows it to happen naturally. Yet when it comes to our own lives, we feel that we have to step in, that we have to control. The human perspective is so limited. There are infinite possibilities, infinite ways things can happen, infinite opportunities. So how can you, and I'm speaking to myself too, how can you know and then control the very best outcome, the very best decision for you, the very best direction you should go in, the very best person you should speak to? We can't. Literally, our human perspective is just too limited. Our brain is so primitive. It can't fathom the opportunities that are available to us. We just have to let go. We have to let go. We can set the intention, right? That's the law of intention. That is planting the seed. That is one of the most important laws that there is. So if you haven't watched that one, go back and check that out in the playlist. We can believe with every fiber of our being. Again, part of that law of intention. And when we believe that it is possible for us, that's it. We just have to believe that it's possible. We then raise our vibration and enter into that law of vibration. We get on the same wavelength of the desire that we are calling forth. And when we do that, we become an energetic match, and then we have to detach. We have to detach. We have to get out of the way. We have to open ourselves up to the possibility instead of limiting ourselves to our human construct of a primitive brain and limitation. We cannot get wrapped up in the how, what, when, why, where. We just can't. We have to know that what we are desiring is possible, and that there are multitude, infinite actually, possibilities of how it could show up in our lives. You have to start flowing. And when you start flowing, you start manifesting unreally quick. I mean, that's not even a word, but you start manifesting instantly, right? Manifesting is directing the energy. So if we're directing the energy, I like to say that the law of allowing is like an airport. And if we're controlling, right, if we're trying to control how it's going to get there, what it's going to look like, how big or little it's going to be, we are then filling up our airport and all of the terminals with planes. We are literally cock blocking what we actually desire to show up, to come in, to land into our energy. But when we open ourselves up to all the possibilities that are available, we clear the planes out of the way. We just open ourselves up, all the terminals, all the doors, and we say, whatever's in the highest and best, right? Or something better. Don't limit yourself. So whatever's in the highest and best, or something better, has the ability to come in and to land. So this means we really have to be open to possibility. We have to check our beliefs. We need to see, do we believe that everything is possible? Do we believe that money is an infinite resource, that there are infinite possibilities? Do we believe that we can let go and allow for universal energy to bring to us what's in our highest and best? Because let me just tell you that most of us will say yes to this. Most of us will say, and I did for a very long time, and I have the ability to manifest instantly. And I've used that ability in the way that was not serving me, where it manifests disease and obstacles in my life immediately. And I've manifested the way that it is serving, where I've seen miraculous miracles occur in my life. And when I say instantly, I mean like unbelievably instantly. But you have to check your subconscious beliefs, where it's rooted deep inside of your heart. So you can say that you believe in infinite possibilities. You can say that you believe that money is an infinite resource and it's just energy. You can say that this device that you are watching and on the chair that you are sitting on, the house that you live in, is all energy. But do you in your core, do you in the deepest parts of your heart, do you believe it? Because that is where your vibration comes from. That is what you are calling in. Because at the surface level, it doesn't matter. That's saying face, right? That's the mask that we wear. That's us trying to make ourselves believe. And maybe that's where you are right now. And if that's the case, that's okay. Create some affirmations. Get into the energy of releasing the limiting belief and stepping into the possibility. I always tell people, you don't have to create a new belief. You don't. You don't have to rewrite or reprogram your belief system. And I almost feel like that's a relief, right? Because the rewrite will happen automatically. All that you are required to do is to say and believe with every part of your being, with your energy in your cells, that it's possible. And so anytime I feel the fear coming in, anytime I feel the distraction coming in, the cock blocking coming in, I ask myself, Johanna, is it possible? Is it possible that what you are asking for could come to you in infinite ways? Is it possible if you let go of control and said, I surrender to divine will, whatever will be that's in my highest and best. This is what I've desired. I've set my intention. I believe that it's possible. I have done my part in the co-creation. I'm willing to take action on what comes my way. If you can step into that energy of it is possible, I want you to cut it off right there. I want you to stop it. Don't try to figure out how it's possible. I don't want you to figure out when it's possibly going to come. That's it. We enter into it's possible. My terminals are open for landing of what I desire into my life. Now I can enter into prep mode. I can prepare for it to arrive. And this is where we'll end up getting into the law of resistance and the law of detachment later on. But this is where you be patient. You're prepping. Like imagine if you're building a house. The house doesn't build overnight, right? You have to prepare. You have to prepare for what is your house going to look like? What do you plan to do in the house? What colors are you going to paint it? What kind of furniture are you going to decorate it in? There's lots of things that we do to prepare for the arrival of what's to come to us, of what we're calling in. So again, with the law of allowing, we have to get out of the way, move out of the way, allow it to come in. Don't get attached to the how, what, when, where, why. Just open the terminal, open the doors, allow for your highest and best to arrive. This is the law of allowing, and it's a beautiful one. So get out of the way, allow your desires to land right before your eyes, and I'll catch you next time. Namaste.